Okay, picture this. A whole world, an entire planet, just teetering on the edge of complete annihilation.
Billions of people.
Exactly. Billions of souls facing this apocalyptic order called Exterminatus.
That's the imperial decree, basically saying the planet's too far gone, too corrupted, time to wipe the slate clean.
And this time it's the agri-world of Nethamus. Vital farmland for the Imperium, But now it's just caught in this terrifying chaos incursion.
It's a really dire situation. You get the sense that, while standard options are off the table, if this chaos threat isn't dealt with fast...
Then the Inquisition steps in.
Right. The Imperium's feared secret police, they'll issue that Exterminatus order, and Nethamus is just gone. No more corruption, but no more planet either.
So our deep dive today is all about this, desperate gamble to stop that exact thing from happening. We've got the Ultramarines, one of the most disciplined Space Marine chapters out there. They're led by Captain Aurelius and even the big man himself, Roboute Guilliman, the Lord Commander.
Wow, Guilliman himself involved. That tells you how serious this is.
Definitely. And they have one shot, just one. A surgical strike to take out the source of the whole problem. A Traitor Guard commander, this Lord Volta.
If they fail...
Nethamus is lost. Simple as that.
That's fascinating, though. The sheer weight on Captain Aurelius's shoulders. An entire world resting on this one. Very precise strike against a really tough enemy.
And we've got this amazing source material, a really detailed battle report. It's almost like a minute-by-minute account of this incredibly high-stakes fight.
Sounds intense.
Oh, it is. So our goal here is to unpack the key moments, the big strategic choices they had to make under all that pressure.
And the twists, too, I bet. Battles like this always have surprises.
Exactly. The surprising twist that really decided the fate of Nethamus. Okay, let's get into it. So, turn one kicks off. The Ultramarines are basically setting an ambush for Lord Volta's Renegade Guard column.
And their advanced scouts, those mobile, lightly armored guys, they've already spotted the enemy, done their job.
Right, but what's interesting is they immediately pull back. They return to reserves. Why do that so early on?
Well, that's a pretty classic move, actually. They've got the crucial early intel, identified key enemy units, their positions.
So they don't need to stick around.
Exactly. Now they pull back. In game terms, reserves means they're off the board, safe, preserving those units so they can maybe pop up later, somewhere unexpected, when their specific skills are needed again.
Okay. So it's like trading immediate board presence for that early intel and keeping the unit safe.
Precisely. A smart trade.
And the Ultramarines don't hang about establishing their presence. The Storm Raven gunship flies right into the center.
That's a versatile beast, isn't it? Troop transport, heavy fire support.
Yeah. And it deploys assault intercessor Space Marines with chain swords, ready for close combat, and Lieutenant Leonidas.
And they immediately form that screening line.
Right, that classic defensive perimeter, protecting the more valuable stuff behind them. Meanwhile, on the right flank, you've got Infernus Marines.
Flamers. Nasty anti-infantry stuff.
Deployed to guard that flank, prevent any sneaky moves, and provide overwatch, firing at enemies who try to move close.
Like a really aggressive central push straight away. Sets the tone, but the Renegade Guard aren't just sitting there. They're using the ruins for cover.
Yeah, that limits the Ultramarines' initial shots, doesn't it?
It does. Still, the Storm Raven manages to get a bead on one of the Hellhounds.
Those fast tanks with the big flamers, a real threat.
Absolutely. The Storm Raven's long-range anti-tank guns hit it hard, damage it significantly, leaves it vulnerable.
Nice.
And its smaller Hurricane Bolters even managed to take out 3 Kasrkin. Those are the elite Renegade Guard infantry. Pretty decent opening shots. No charges yet, though. Still maneuvering.
That opening volley was good, yeah. Definitely impactful. But here's where Lord Volta's forces start to, show their teeth. The Renegade Guard respond by trundling out their main battle tanks, the Leman Russ Demolishers.
Ooh, Demolishers.
Yeah.
Heavy armor, big short-range cannons, nasty pieces of work.
They come out from cover, turn their turrets towards the Ultramarine heavy armor. Now, the Ultramarine Gladiator Reaper, that's their anti-infantry tank.
Gatling cannon, right.
Yeah. It immediately pops smoke, tries to reduce the incoming damage. Smart defensive move, but...
Clearly not quite enough. Still took significant damage, you said.
It did. What does that tell us about the firepower those Renegade tanks are packing?
It tells us their main guns are incredibly potent.
Yeah.
One of those Demolishers just unloads its cannon on the Reaper, huge damage, and then it's multi-meltas.
Short-range anti-tank weapons.
Yep, powerful ones. They just melt 3 of those Infernus Marines. Boom! Exploding Prometheum tanks. A harsh lesson for the Ultramarines right there.
Ouch.
And while their standard troops, the Renegade Kriegsmen, tried firing las guns at the remaining Infernus Marines, well, most of that just bounced off the Space Marine armor. Not surprising, really.
Then, a critical moment in the center. Leman Russ Demolisher there pushes forward.
Okay.
Pours everything into the Storm Raven, main cannon, last cannon, multi-meltas. Massive damage.
Don't tell me.
Brings the flyer crashing down.
Yeah.
That's a huge loss for the Ultramarines so early.
Wow. Losing the Storm Raven in turn 1, that hurts? It was their key deep strike and anti-tank platform.
Oh, wait, here's the silver lining. In this incredible stroke of luck, the Brutalis Dreadnought Maximus.
The big, close combat walker.
Yeah, and Tech Marine Isambard, the engineer who also fights, they emerged from the wreckage completely unscathed.
No way. After the flyer crashes, that is lucky.
Talk about a true silver lining, right?
Absolutely. Losing the Storm Ravens a blow definitely forces a tactical shift, but getting Maximus and Isambard out, that keeps their elite melee threat and a vital support character in the fight. Critical.
Okay, but here's where it gets really interesting, like you said, in the center. Lord Volta's Bullgrin charge in.
Ah, the big armored ogres with mauls, shock troops.
They instantly kill 3 of those assault intercessors who deployed from the Storm Raven. The Renegade Kriegsmen also charge, but don't manage to wound the Marines. Tough guys.
But the Marines fight back.
Oh, yeah. The remaining assault intercessors dig in. Their sergeant, he's got a power hammer, kills a Bullgrin. Another intercessor takes down 3 Kriegsmen with his chainsword. It's just this fierce, bloody scrum for control of the center.
Brutal.
So, end of turn 1. The Ultramarines score 8 victory points, VPs. They achieve their sabotage and recover assets, secondary missions.
Right, those specific tactical objectives, just disrupting supplies, grabbing intel, that kind of thing.
Exactly. The Renegade Guard get 4 VPs for taking down the Storm Raven. That's their bring it down objective. Makes sense.
Rewards, killing high-value targets like flyers or tanks.
But they failed to assassinate Lieutenant Leonidas. So after all that initial chaos, it's actually a slim lead for the Ultramarines, 8-4.
Okay, interesting start. Very bloody.
Moving into turn 2, Lieutenant Leonidas, he makes a really decisive move.
What does he do?
He uses his special ability fallback, shoot, and charge. It lets him strategically pull out of combat, fire his pistol, and then charge into a new fight.
Tactical flexibility, so that clears the way.
Exactly. Clears the way for the Brutalis Dreadnought Maximus to stomp into the fight for that central objective marker.
Smart play by Leonidas, but risky.
Very risky. Because the Hellhound, remember the damaged one? It's perilously close. As the intercessors fell back earlier, it unleashed its Inferno cannon in Overwatch.
Oh, no.
Killed the last 2, leaving Leonidas totally isolated, just 2 wounds left. Talk about a close call.
Wow. So what's the strategic thinking there? Leonidas taking that massive personal risk.
It's a really high-stakes play, isn't it? He's basically drawing fire, like you said, buying Maximus those precious seconds to get onto the objective.
A calculated sacrifice, almost, putting himself in huge danger to keep the pressure on Lord Volta's forces right where it matters most.
Meanwhile, the rest of the Ultramarines are pushing their heavy stuff forward. The Gladiator Reaper, the one that took damage, and the Vindicator Assault Tiger.
Another powerful siege tank. Demolisher cannon on that one too, usually.
They advance towards the center. And Robert Guilliman himself backs up the infiltrators, the stealth troops on the left flank, forming another screen against potential charges.
Guilliman holding the flank, okay.
On the right, the last 2 Infernus Marines, remember them? They heroically form a tiny screening line in a gap, while the Ballistus Dreadnought Nightslayer,
The artillery walker, long-range firepower.
yeah, it hangs back, using its range to screen the backfield, along with more intercessors, and the Calidus assassin, Lara. She's a master of disguise infiltration.
Adds another unpredictable element. And the Tech Marines.
Isambard and Mac, they stick close to their chosen vehicles. Maximus and the Vindicator, presumably ready to do repairs. It's this coordinated movement, shows them adapting after losing the Storm Raven.
Good adaptation. And they had an oath, didn't they, about the Hellhound?
They did, and it pays off. The Ballistus Dreadnought Nightslayer unleashes its last cannon and crack missiles. Boom! Hellhound destroyed.
Nice. One less threat. What about the center?
Well, Maximus takes significant damage from the second Leman Russ Demolisher there, but then the Ultramarine Vindicator gets a perfect shot right down the central firing lane.
Okay. The Assault Tiger.
Opens up on that same Leman Russ, scores an unbelievable 25 damage from a single shot.
Yeah.
Instantly destroys it.
25 damage from one shot. That's insane.
Right. 2 dangerous Renegade tanks just gone. Poof. This feels like a major turning point, wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely. That's a critical moment. Taking out those heavy tanks so early, that's seizing the initiative right back. Dismantling the core of Volta's ranged power. Huge momentum shift for the Ultramarines.
And the Gladiator Reaper, the anti-infantry one, gets in on the action too, spins up its Gatling cannon.
Shredding infantry time.
Takes down 8 Renegade Kriegsmen. Combination of sustained hits, devastating wounds.
Okay.
Just eats through Volta's massed troops. Meanwhile, Lieutenant Leonidas, still somehow alive and kicking,
The guy's got guts.
manages to kill another Bulgrin with his power sword. His resilience is just remarkable.
He's really holding that flank together, almost single-handedly.
Unfortunately, remember those last 2 Infernus Marines on the right flank? Their position was just too precarious.
I had a bad feeling about that.
They managed to bring down 5 Traitor Kriegsmen with their flamers before, a barrage of 20 lasgun shots finally gets them.
Sacrifice to hold the line. Tough break. What about Leonidas' fight?
Back in the center, Leonidas makes this epic challenge. He goes after the Enforcer, a former commissar, a powerful enemy leader. He's hoping to score the assassination's secondary objective.
Taking out enemy characters, high value points.
He lands 2 wounds, but it's just not quite enough. The Enforcer is left with 1 wound remaining, and Leonidas miraculously blocks the counterattack.
Wow. This back and forth between the characters is really something. Adds drama.
It really does.
Mhm.
And right in the thick of it, Maximus charges the remaining Bulgrin, kills both instantly with mortal wounds on the charge damage that bypasses armor.
Nasty. And then
Sweeps down 7 more Renegade Kriegsmen with his claws. Just a massive impact in melee from the Dreadnought. Clears out a big chunk of the center.
Maximus earning his keep after surviving the crash. But the Renegades still have fight left in them.
Oh yeah. They still have 1 Leman Russ holding a back objective. It starts moving forward to get an angle. And worse, another Leman Russ Demolisher and a Hellhound arrive from reserves.
Oh, reinforcements.
Mhm.
Right when the Ultramarines thought they had the armor handled, Volta still has tricks up his sleeve.
Exactly. That remaining Renegade Leman Russ on the Ultramarines' right flank opens fire on the Gladiator Reaper.
The one with the Gatling.
Yep, its Demolisher cannon hits hard, takes significant wounds off it, and then the multi-meltas finish the job. Gladiator Reaper destroyed.
Ouch. That's a big relief for the Renegade Guard, though. That Gatling cannon was doing serious work.
Definitely. And on the right, Kasrkin and Ogremon bodyguards, those big, strong humanoids used as shock troops, emerge from some ruins.
Oh, grins. Okay. Trouble.
They start throwing grenades at Guilliman, score 4 mortal wounds, bringing him down to 6.
Feeling wounded.
He takes 2 more from a plasma hit, but his special armor of fate saves the rest. A really near miss for the Ultramarine Supreme Commander.
That could have been catastrophic. Okay, what about Maximus in the center? He must be a huge target now.
He is. Everything focuses fire on him. Lasguns, crack grenades, plasma shots. Remarkably, they all fail to penetrate or just miss entirely. Until
Uh-oh.
the Ogryn score 2 wounds with their Ripper guns, and the newly arrived Hellhound adds 3 more. So after all that shooting, Maximus has taken significant damage.
He can't take much more.
And then the Ogryn flank him and charge Lieutenant Leonidas.
No, not Leonidas.
Yeah. They finally bring him down. Renegade Guards score the assassination mission. A really sad end for a truly heroic character.
He bought so much time, though, a heroic stand.
Absolutely. But Maximus, even after weathering that storm of fire, is still ripping through the enemy. He kills 8 more Renegade Guardsmen, including the Enforcer.
So the Ultramarines also score assassination.
Yeah.
Nice. Tit for tat.
Exactly. And on the left flank, the infiltrators do incredibly well with just their combat knives. Kill all 5 Kasrkin targeting Guilliman. The battlefield is just littered with casualties now.
It sounds like absolute carnage.
So after turn 2, the points. Ultramarines score 10 VPs for primary objectives, plus display of might and assassination. Renegade Guards score 15 VPs for holding 3 primary objectives, plus engage on all fronts and assassination.
So the Renegades pulled ahead on primaries that turn. How's the overall score?
It's incredibly tight. Ultramarines have 27 VPs, Renegade Guard have 26 VPs, just a 1-point difference. This fight is balanced on a knife edge.
Wow. Okay, turn 3. What happens now?
Heading into turn 3, remember those scouts who went into reserves back in turn 1?
Yeah, the ones who got the early intel.
They return. Deep in the Renegade Guard deployment zone, they score the established locus's secondary mission that's one rewarding control over enemy territory. Smart play holding them back.
Good timing. Use them for late-game objectives. What about the Vindicator, the tank killer?
The Assault Tiger backs behind some cover, but lines up a shot on another Leman Russ dead ahead. And once again, Its Demolisher cannon does the job.
Not in game.
16 damage from a single shot. Takes down yet another enemy tank. That Vindicator is just proving unbelievably efficient.
It really is a precision instrument, like you said, just deleting tanks.
Then the Ballistus Dreadnought Knightslayer and the Brutalis Dreadnought Maximus combine their fire to destroy the last Leman Russ Demolisher tank. And it explodes.
Nice. Collateral damage.
Kills 3 Kasrkin and 3 Renegade Guard caught in the blast in a nearby ruin. Meanwhile, Techmarine Mac, enraged by the Gladiator Reaper's destruction,
Understandable.
attacks the Ogryn who killed it. Kills all 3. This isn't just tactics anymore, is it? Feels like sheer fury on the battlefield.
Yeah, it's getting personal. What's happening on the left flank?
The other Ogryn unit there kills the last 3 infiltrators with the butts of their Ripper guns.
Brutal. So Guilliman's screen is gone there?
Yep. And Maximus, still in melee in the center, kills 2 more guardsmen, finally clearing that central objective area. But then, curveball.
What now?
The Renegade Guard commander uses this Epic 2 command point stratagem, those limited resources for powerful moves.
Right, command points. What does it do?
It brings back 20 Kriegsmen, just respawns them onto the board.
20? That's a massive swing. These troops just keep coming. A real test of the Ultramarines' endurance.
It really is. And this is where the narrative takes a really dramatic turn. Picture at the center of the battlefield, amidst all the wreckage and bodies, stands Maximus.
The lone dreadnought.
This monster of armored metal just scything down guardsmen left and right. The newly arrived enforcer orders him taken out. Take down that walker!
Priority target for sure.
Guardsmen throw grenades, manage to score 5 mortal wounds, brings Maximus down to a single wound remaining.
Just 1 wound left. He's damaged, but still so dangerous.
And then massed fire comes in from the ruins. Dozens of lasgun shots, plasma, melta, even more grenades. And incredibly, it all just bounces off his tough armor or misses.
Wow. After all that combined fire, he's still standing. That's almost defiant. A testament to that dreadnought's resilience.
You know, watching this, you can almost feel the tension ratchet up. After all that heavy firepower failed, what must be going through the enforcer's mind right then?
Probably disbelief, frustration. He knows it's now or never, a desperate moment. He sighs, you can almost imagine it, and says, if you want a job doing, do it yourself.
And then
Fires a single shot from his plasma pistol.
1 pistol shot. After all that.
1 shot. It hits some critical wiring, pure chance of 1 is rolled on the final armor save, and the dreadnought just powers down, topples forward, finally taken out by that single pistol shot.
Incredible. Almost cinematic. The irony after all the heavy ordnance failed. What an end to Maximus's heroic rampage.
A truly memorable moment in the battle.
So, in a final bit of shooting that turn, the Hellhound takes a single wound off the Ballistus Knightslayer, but Techmarine Mac fixes it right up. Expert repairs.
Good old Techmarines. What about Isambard, the other Techmarine?
He's still in the center, fighting the next wave of Renegade troops. A Kasrkin scores 2 wounds, leaving him on just 2 himself. But he fights back in this rage, brings down 6 Kasrkin with his omniscient power axe and servo arm.
He's holding on, but the left flank.
The Ogryn killed the last infiltrator there. Yeah, the Ultramarines are being bled dry, unit by unit, but they just refuse to yield.
They're tough. You have to give them that. How are the scores looking end of turn 3?
Ultramarines score 10 VPs on primary objectives, and they secure extend battle lines and establish locuses thanks to those scouts. Renegade Guard also get 10 VPs for primary, and they achieve cleanse and recover assets.
So the score still
Incredibly tight. Ultramarines 45 VPs, Renegade Guard 44 VPs, still just 1 point in it. Every single point is being fought for, tooth and nail.
This is unbelievable. Down to the wire.
Okay.
Turn 4.
As turn 4 begins, the situation for the Ultramarines in the center looks, well, bleak. Techmarine Isambard is holding out against a total onslaught.
Who's he facing now?
Lord Volta himself, a single Kasrkin bodyguard, the Hellhound, and that newly redeployed unit of 20 Kriegsmen are all advancing on his position. He's completely surrounded, totally isolated.
That's not good. This is a critical moment, right? For controlling the battlefield and for the main mission taking out Volta. Can one Techmarine really hold against all that?
He's certainly trying his best. The Hellhound fires an overwatch as things move, takes Isambard down to a single wound remaining, pushing him to the absolute brink.
1 wound left.
In return, the Techmarine fires back, takes 2 wounds off the Hellhound. Meanwhile, the Vindicator, the tank killer, is now backing up Guilliman on the left flank objective, providing heavy fire support there.
Good move. Protect the Lord Commander and the Ballistus.
Knightslayer targets the last Renegade tank, that Hellhound in the center, brings it down to just 3 wounds remaining. Nearly got it. And the Vindicator's Demolisher cannon also clears out those 3 Ogryn on the left flank. Crucial breathing room for Guilliman.
Okay, some good shots there. But Isambard, surrounded by Volta.
Lord Volta himself attacks Tech Marine Isambard.
Yeah.
But Isambard, incredibly, makes all 4 armor saves he needs. He's still standing.
Wow. Against the Chaos Lord himself, what resilience.
In return, the Tech Marine attacks the damaged Hellhound, brings it down to a single wound remaining. Just one. The Ultramarine player was probably hoping to score bring it down for destroying that vehicle.
Denied. Denied the points by 1 wound. What does that tell you about Volta's forces? Even when cornered, they're tenacious.
It shows their resilience, yeah. And maybe Volta's cunning, too, like he's holding something back. And this is where the Renegade Guard use their medpack stratagem to heal some wounded troops, bolstering their numbers again.
Always finding ways to stay in the fight.
Then, Lord Volta steps up to Tech Marine Isambard, ends his heroic fury with a single shot from his own pistol. Horns glare.
Ah, Isambard finally falls.
His heroic, almost sacrificial stand is over. He bought critical time, allowed the Ultramarines to reorganize, but yeah, at the ultimate personal cost.
Another hero down. How does this affect the score at the end of turn 4?
Ultramarines scored 10 VPs on primary, achieving gauge on all fronts, but they missed out on Bring It Down because that Hellhound survived on 1 wound.
Ah, that 1 wound cost them points. And the Renegades.
They score the full 15 VPs for primary objectives and achieve both no prisoners and secure no man's land.
Ouch, that's a big swing.
It is. The Renegade Guard now take a significant lead. It's Ultramarines 57 VP, Renegade Guard 66 VP. The momentum seems to be shifting dangerously, doesn't it?
It really does. With the scoring now firmly in Lord Volta's favor, we're heading into turn 5, the final turn. This is the last chance to complete the actual mission.
Exactly. Captain Aurelius orders a desperate last-ditch attempt. Take out Chaos Lord Volta before he escapes with his horde and secures Nethamus for Chaos. Win the battle even if they lose the war on points.
But who can even reach him after all those losses?
There's only 1 unit left that can possibly get to Lord Volta in time for this final strike.
Let me guess. The Vindicator.
You got it. The Vindicator's engine revs to full speed, the tank rumbles forward across the battlefield. Meanwhile, the Ballistus Dreadnought opens up with its anti-tank weapons on that Hellhound.
The one with 1 wound left.
Easily takes that last wound, destroys the last Renegade tank, scores Bring It Down finally.
Better late than never.
Then it uses its smaller Stormbolters to kill the last Kasrkin bodyguard, protecting Lord Volta. He's exposed. Unprotected. This is it.
This is the moment. The whole battle comes down to this.
The Vindicator fires its main cannon as it rumbles in. Takes off 5 wounds from Lord Volta, but he's still alive. 3 wounds remaining.
He's tough. Still standing after a Demolisher hit.
At this critical moment, the Calidus assassin, Lara, teleports into the Renegade backfield. A last-ditch gamble to score a tempting target, that objective for deep striking into enemy territory.
High risk, high reward.
But the Kriegsman unit back there performs a disciplined overwatch fire and brings her down immediately.
Shame. A gamble that didn't pay off that time. But the Vindicator, it's closing in.
It is. Now, at full speed, it uses the tank shock stratagem. That's where a vehicle just slams into an enemy, inflicts extra mortal wounds.
You can guarantee the damage gets through.
Exactly. Ensures its hit counts. And it slams straight into the Chaos Renegade Guard leader, Lord Volta. 7 mortal wounds.
Is it enough?
More than enough. Finally brings down Lord Volta. Ends his reign of chaos on Nethamus.
Yes. Mission accomplished?
Captain Aurelius's Ultramarines have done it. They've saved Nethamus from an Inquisition Exterminatus. What a finish.
Incredible. A strategic triumph achieved right at the death, despite all the brutal fighting and losses. But how did the final scores tally up for turn 5?
Okay, so turn 5. Ultramarines scored 10 VPs for primary and finally get Bring It Down for the Hellhound, but they missed a tempting target when the assassin died. Renegade Guard also scored 10 VPs for primary, and they get both sabotage and extend battle lines.
So the final overall score.
The raw numbers tell a really interesting story here. So what does this all really mean? Well, the Ultramarines, through just incredible perseverance and a lot of strategic sacrifice, they saved Nethamus, saved it from the absolute horror of Exterminatus.
Mission success. Lord Volta, despite having formidable forces, despite his cunning tactics, he was ultimately brought down in that desperate final charge by the Vindicator.
But like you said, this victory came at a huge cost.
Oh, yeah. We saw units pushed way beyond their limits. Iconic figures like Reboot Guilliman himself wounded, brave warriors making heroic last stands, Lieutenant Leonidas, Tech Marine Isambard, the Brutalis Dreadnought Maximus. Their sacrifices were immense.
And the final score itself reflects that, doesn't it? Ultramarines 81 VPs to the Renegade Guard's 94 VPs.
Exactly. A technical victory on points for the Renegade Guard for Lord Volta's forces, even though he was killed and his plan foiled.